All of humanity is being mind controlled through propaganda and being separated from each other through the languages that we speak and the fake borders that are placed across the world. So let's take the United States where I live, for example. We're right next to Mexico, right? They speak Spanish. Why is there literally like no like Mexican Spanish like media? I could go on YouTube all day and it's just like an echo chamber of like the same fucking videos that I watch. Like I'm frustrated with that anyway, but you go on TikTok and it's like it's fucking controlled. It's just they're feeding you not videos of the actual world and what's trending. I feel like even when you go on Twitter or like if you go on any of these platforms, like, and the thing that pisses me off the most, right? The reason I know that this is true and the reason that I know this is a grand scheme, obviously by the hidden hand of the Babylonian Brotherhood and those that aren't named and that are controlling the major players of the control of this world through secret societies and the Babylonian Brotherhood, is we have the technology to like translate. Like we've had Google Translate for years, decades. We've had translation technology for decades. It's not like it's a case where, you know, like for example, I've gone out of my way to like go to example to like native Russian, news sites that are in that native language and seeing like what the media is saying, right? And then I just translate it to English. But then it just makes you think like, why the hell haven't we been seeing this anyway? Like, why is it that because I live in the United States, it's just all controlled? It's all media controlled propaganda. We are controlled by media propaganda. And that might sound like a no duh statement. Like, obviously, I feel like everybody knows that, but I don't think people know like how damning that is and how detrimental it is. Like, we are literally being shut off from the entire fucking world. Like, it's literally like a blackout. Like, the electricity has gone out in 90% of the world, right? The internet, the internet, the internet goes across the globe. The globe. But how much of the globe do you really see on the internet? How much native languages do you see on the internet? How much real people do you see on the internet? And how much of it is being pushed to the same audience, the same echo chamber, and not actually reaching out to different people and changing other people's minds, right? Makes me think like, are these YouTube videos like futile? Like they're just going to show the video to an audience that they already know is going to enjoy it. Like they won't show it to somebody. I mean, they might try to like show it to somebody where it's like, oh, we don't know if they're going to like this video or not. But there's some kind of like alignment, right? It's based on an algorithm. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much fucking it. I think it's just fucking absurd. And I'm going to keep going out of my way. I also use this site, I think it's called garden.tv. You all should check it out, where it has TV channels all from across the globe. You can just select the country and then start watching TV. So I do that. I look at the news. I look at just like what's on their television, right? Because that's basically like what controls everything. Like think about if TikTok is a global app, right? What does a feed in China look like? What does a feed in Zimbabwe look like? What does a feed in Brazil look like? Right? And why is my feed getting literally none of that native? Like they could literally have technology that translates just the voices. They could just, you could just voice over technology. We have AI voice. We have Speechify, we have text to speech. We have OCI, optical character, whatever it's called. I'm not OCI. um, the thing that reads text, right? It reads images, turns images to text, right? We have all the technology. It's not like but you're never going to go on the internet and see a live translation of a foreign news or foreign person. And I think that's just meant so that we continue to fear each other, continue to be xenophobic, continue to be discriminatory, continue to be scared. It's all about fear. It's all about fear. That's the one thing that this entire world is based on. Fear, keeping everybody in constant fucking fear. That's why the news is always fear mongering. That's why everything's like the fucking end of the world with every breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Like, when is it not breaking news? Everything's fucking breaking news at this point. I haven't even gone on the news in a minute because I'm just like, okay, it's just a fucking show. It's just a fucking show. My life is gonna go on, and if it doesn't, then somebody's like what, gonna fucking show up at my door, a police officer or like a fucking gangster, from the government showing up at my door and being like, oh, we're gonna have to arrest you. I mean, at that point, we're all animals. So, I mean, I don't know, what people should expect. And I don't think anybody should be watching the news. I think everybody should be looking to each other, looking to our neighbors, looking to like USA, looking in Mexico, looking in, Guatemala and El Salvador. And like we had that whole thing like with in the United States in the beginning of the year, or still kind of going on, I guess, with Kilmar Brego Garcia and how he's being sent to an El Salvadorian prison. And throughout that whole news cycle, we didn't get any native El Salvador news articles. We didn't get any grassroots, El Salvador. Like, you'd have to go out of your way. You damn near have to like Google search. Oh, this is the second thing. You damn near have to like Google search in another language to get the other languages news, right? And that makes me think like, Google is a fucking bitch, because if you really think about it, if you were doing research on a project and you search, like, for example, AIDS research, right? At least that might be something where it's mostly done in the US. I have no idea, but just say it's not, right? Just say any topic, right? Race relations, right? Say race relations you want to do research on. You search Google race relations research. It's going to bring up all these articles in English, all these US articles, maybe some articles from the United Kingdom, basically only English speaking countries. But isn't Google indexing the entire internet? So why wouldn't they automatically find some index and translate it to English? Like, why wouldn't they just take a website that says race relations in German and translate it into English? Seems a little sketchy. Seems like they're trying to hide something. It seems like they're not trying to allow people to actually, it's all controlled. I mean, it's just a game. It's obvious. It's so obvious. And I wish people would realize this. Like, the whole point is to keep everybody separated with these fake borders in all these different languages, right? It's so obvious. Yeah, we're all mind controlled through propaganda, and we're all taught to be separated from each other, to fear each other. That shit ain't gonna work no more. That shit ain't gonna work. In my lifetime, that shit ain't gonna work. Long before I die. Long before I die. Actually, I won't even die. I never die. I'm consciousness that exists forever. Peace.